Alright guys, welcome back. Second episode of the 2001 CR250 frame restoration video. Thanks for joining me for the first one. If you've watched the whole thing, I apologize for the length of it. This one won't be near as long, I promise. So let's get right into it. I did want to share a couple things with you guys first. We finished tied for 5th in the Broke to Build contest, and obviously that's put on by Prime MX. Cam was nice enough to give me a $100 gift card for tied for 5th, so we invested it back into Prime since we use their products anyway. You can see we got a bunch of cool stuff here: brake bleeder, syringe. This will come in really helpful when we're doing the brakes from now on. That's really cool. You can see all these cleaning wheels we got. 320 grit and I believe 320 grit and an 80 grit. So the 80 grit will cut really fast. The 320 will put a nice finish on it. And we got some of these awesome cleaning wheels. I haven't been able to use them yet, but I've seen a couple videos on them. If you guys want to look into these, I'll put a link in the description. Prime MX, check them out. Awesome, awesome product. We also got a couple of other cool things. The frame guards that Prime offers for this 01. So that will work out really, really well. Once this frame is all cleaned up and done, these will be the first thing we're putting on. So stick with us, check it out, and let's see how it looks when it's done. So as you guys can see, these bottom rails are pretty torn up. This isn't going to be a full restoration build. So we're just going to try to sand these out the best we can. Hopefully nothing is cracked or there aren't any holes, and we'll kind of go from there. So let's see how much we can get out of this and clean this up as best we can. Alright, so all I have is a cordless Milwaukee straight die grinder. I don't have the 90 degree, which would be nice, but this will work just as well. It's got a brown cookie on the bottom. Should cut through this aluminum pretty quick. We don't need anything too aggressive because it's a very, very soft metal. So let's get into it, see what it does. Yeah, really, really quick. Again, you don't want to spend too much time, you don't want to take too much material off that you don't have to. I simply wanted to smooth this out because it didn't look very good. Probably what we'll do after is take a little bit of a 400 grit and wet sand it a little bit and then buff it with a Scotch-Brite and some WD-40, and it will look just as good as the rest of the tubes. So that's all I really want to take off. Maybe a few more little spots here and there, but I won't bore you with that. So stay tuned, we'll show you what we got. Alright, so we'll take you back in. You can see pretty close. It's smoothed out, there's no rough edges. So what we'll do now is we'll grab a Scotch-Brite pad and a little WD-40 and we'll clean it up. And it will take the shine off, it will smooth out the finish. And I personally think it's the best look for these frames. So fun story, I just spray them down a little WD first and then hit it with a Scotch-Brite and it'll bring it right back. Takes that shine right off. You get that brush look going. So yesterday was the Southwick National, the 23 Southwick National. We had a pretty good showing. Went to Legends and Heroes, brought both of them. I didn't know. And the 96 there. We sold the 92 to another person that bought another bike from me. It was a sad day, but it's gonna fund a couple other projects. So it is, like I said, it's a sad day, but we had a lot of fun yesterday. We met Mitch Allard, who won Broke to Built this year. Very, very awesome dude. If you don't follow him on YouTube, he's also just starting out a YouTube channel. Go give Mitch a follow. Awesome bike builder. So give him a follow, show him some love and support, and let's try to grow this community as much as we can. So I'm pretty happy with this, actually. I was able to knock down all this rough stuff, smooth it out pretty good. So I'd say the frame is about 80% ready to get the subframe and everything back on it. What we're gonna do in the next episode is give the swing arm a lye bath, and we're gonna do the same thing to that. We're gonna polish it up just like this frame, make it look real clean. Put new bearings in it, get the new bearings in the triple trees, and start assembling the bike. We have the engine cases back from Cerakote. We went all black, so should be a good look. So I did want to share some with you guys that's pretty cool to me. I've had these for a couple of years. These were all the plastics off of Trey Canard's 2010 CRF 450 from the Motocross of Nations. So yesterday at the National, I actually had a chance to meet him and talk to him for a few minutes, and he autographed the two number plates for me. So pretty stoked on that. Trey's a cool dude. He's a test rider for HRC now. I don't know what else to say. Sometimes you meet industry people and they can be kind of jerks. Trey is not a jerk. He is one of the nicest dudes. Take time out for anybody. So just thought I'd show you guys that. That was one of the highlights of my day for sure. All right, so when putting any graphics on or frame guards or anything, you got to make sure the surface is clean, doesn't have any oil or in this case WD-40 on it from when I was prepping it with the pad. You can either take rubbing alcohol. I use brake clean, especially on the aluminum, on a rag. Make sure there's no oil so the graphics or the frame guards can stick really well. Just spray it on a rag. It's just easier than spraying it, making a mess all over the place. So just clean it up real good, let it dry, and then wipe it. What I do is I'll wipe it with the clean side after. So just make sure you get in there real good. Then flip it over. Make sure you're not using a rag that's got a lot of lint. So that's pretty good. So you can see how good these prime guards fit. I mean, that's money right there. So some guys will peel off half the sticker, cut them. I just slap the whole thing on because care. Shouldn't say I don't care. Obviously I care. But that's pretty good. Touch it in the middle. Push it down. And work my way out. Sometimes if it's not sitting good, I will even take my little torch and heat it up a little. But I mean, you can see how easy that was. And that thing fits so nice. So for a few bucks, you can go right over to Prime MX, buy yourself a set of these, clean the bike up, make them look good. And I just want to say, I'm not sponsored by Prime at all. I just really believe in Cam's products, especially the cleaning wheels. This is my first time with the frame guards, but you can see how easy that was to install and how clean that looks. We'll get some stills in there so you guys can get a better look at it. But yeah, go check him out, man. I like supporting the small, the little guys. So he's definitely got some good products out there, and that helps all of us doing this. So check it out. All right, you guys can see. Same thing with the other side, man. Make sure there's no WD or oil on anything. Flip it over. Give it a good buff. I should have had these peg mounts off, but it's alright. So that lines up real good with the weld on the frame. I'm going to give this a little bit more of a wipe down here, because these come down pretty far. A bit more. Try not to get your fingerprints on the back side of that too. That would make it not stick so well. Alright. Just push it down in the middle. Nice even line there. And just work it out. So this is going to be the end of this video, guys. These frame guards look mint. Frame's looking pretty cherry for the most part. We'll clean it up a little bit more once we get the motor and everything in. But yeah, that's it. So hope you guys like this series. Really just going to try to take you through every aspect of building this bike. Next will be the swing arm, and then we'll do the subframe as well. And we'll go from there. We'll just keep picking away at it. We'll get the forks done, we'll get the shock done, get the engine bearings, all the crank back in. So yeah, stay tuned, man. This is a lot of fun for me. I'd like to keep doing it, and I hope you guys are learning something along the way. All right, have a good night.